Hi, it's Dwyer. RichardDwyer.com, always 1776.com. Let's talk about something that's caught my eye in the investment world. Understand, I'm just telling you what I'm doing. You need to make decisions for yourself. But first, remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Now, earlier today, in an interview on CNBC, one of the world's best investors, right? He's been a spectacular investor for a very long period of time. His name is Stanley Druckenmiller. He used to be the right-hand man for George Soros. He, in an interview, said that he now owns Bitcoin. Folks, it's a shocker. Well, he backed it up with some other statements. Understand, Bitcoin is not just a folly for him. He actually said that, frankly, here's the quote, frankly, if the gold bet works, the Bitcoin bet will probably work better because it's thinner, more illiquid, and has a lot more beta to it. Right? Beta, for those who don't know, is volatility. Right? Well, let me just say, Druckenmiller is also predicting a 3 to 4 year decline in the dollar, which is doing well right now. Right? What Druckenmiller is telling you is that as the dollar declines, Bitcoin is going to do well compared to the dollar. There's going to be a delinking to the extent that people feel that there's a linking between the two. Now, earlier this week, in talking about a professional prize fighter, Saul Alvarez, I made the statement that if I were he, and he's just left Golden Boy Promotions, I would invest at least 7 figures in Bitcoin. I would wait 6 months and see where it is. Now, what I want people to understand is, if you're into the investment world, understanding that esteemed people like Raoul Paul, the head honcho of Real Vision, consider Stanley Druckenmiller to be the best investor of all time. Right? Given that Paul Tudor Jones has thrown millions into Bitcoin and now is talking about how he wants to throw more into Bitcoin. Right? I just want people to understand that the day, and it's today, of Stanley Druckenmiller talking about his Bitcoin investment, which should be huge news, which should further legitimate the cryptocurrency. Believe it or not, if you pull up the chart, you're going to see that Bitcoin is down today. As I make this video, it's trading at a little bit less than $15,300 a coin. Such are the profit-making opportunities in the crypto market. I encourage everyone to simply Google Stanley Druckenmiller and Bitcoin and read his comments. Read how he views Bitcoin relative to gold, right? Which is a much more popular store of value, right? Understand, Druckenmiller believes Bitcoin is going to outperform gold. Understand too, Druckenmiller has more gold than Bitcoin right now. So as I see it, and I'm just talking for myself, I've been in Bitcoin for a few years. I know it's the right place to be, in my mind at least, right? And just understand, it is so undervalued that even on a day like today, when it gets a big endorsement from one of the legendary investors, the cryptocurrency is down. Right? I think Bitcoin is a great play. I'm just telling you my own opinion. Right? Let me also point out, too, that there's an interview going around of Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. And O'Leary, in the interview, as he talks about how he's a fiduciary, so he has to limit his investments to investment-grade investments. And that Bitcoin, because of its volatility in the past, because of the newness of the cryptocurrency class, isn't viewed as investment grade. And O'Leary, in the interview, talks about how he doesn't want enforcement people coming around asking him about his investment in Bitcoin, right? He doesn't want the scrutiny from authorities. But while he was giving the interview, he conceded that he himself privately, for himself, not for others, but for himself, has a Bitcoin wallet with some Bitcoin in it. Right? Well, understand, today you have one of the world's best investors, right? Stanley Druckenmiller. He's on CNBC. He's been on Real Vision. You name the financial outlet. Understand he's a big get on Bloomberg and other stations. Here you have one of the world's best investors telling you that he believes an investment that is not viewed today by authorities as investment grade will actually do better than gold. That, folks, should stop traffic, right? Let me also, on a personal note, on a completely different subject, just update viewers on my thought process on something. Now, a while ago, I told viewers that I was into NIO, an electric vehicle manufacturer from China, right? Read the comments on the earlier video. People were saying, Dwyer, what's NIO? Right? NIO. Right? By the way, for those keeping track, I'm also into NIO, the cryptocurrency, NEO, but that's a different story for a different time. Right? I'm into NIO, or at least I was. Well, then, of course, I sold NIO. I had a nice run-up, right? The car company. I sold NIO. If you believe in transportation as a service, if you understand that your car is parked for at least 90% of the day, and that if you could have an electric vehicle, they have much better service records, by the way, than internal combustion engine gas vehicles that could drive itself, right? Then, of course, that's an inefficiency that you can save money on and get much better service, right? Well, I then told viewers here, just tracking what I'm doing, that I had sold my NIO, right? NIO exceeded my expectations. I believe while I had it, it more than doubled. I said, okay, great. No one's going to go broke taking a profit. I took a profit. I moved the money into other things, like Bitcoin, for example. Well, today, I'm back in to NIO, right? I admit I made a mistake. I should have sold half of it. Let the other half run. Right? Just from a capital gains perspective and a taxation perspective. That's what I should have done instead of selling the entire stake. Well, let me just say that NIO right now is on fire. I want to direct people to the work of JP Morgan analyst Rebecca Wen. It's discussed on The Motley Fool in an article that dropped within the last 48 hours. And she's talking about NIO as a long-term winner in China's upscale electric vehicle market, right? And she believes that NIO is going to have roughly 30% share of the segment by 2025. 30% share of the segment. Folks, that's huge. I want people to understand that China is going to be the next great world power. In terms of demographics, China has more people online than there are people in the United States. Right? Understand, if you're able to acquire 30% of the upscale electric vehicle market in China within the next 5 years, then that is a powerhouse company. Powerhouse company. Understand too, you're not dealing with really elevated PE levels like you are with Tesla. Right? There's no cult of personality around NIO like there is around Elon Musk and Tesla. You wonder what happens to Tesla, and I've owned Tesla in the past, if something should happen to Elon Musk. Right? So, NIO looks like it has legs. The market cap is not that big. The market opportunity is tremendous. If you're curious about the electric vehicle market, right, if you don't want to pay the huge multiples of Tesla and deal with the number of people on the sidelines, Jim Chanos, for example, who believes Tesla's a bubble, right? You have a lot of short sellers circling Tesla. If you want to get into the space with a company that's innovating, right? NIO just dropped a battery that they're going to offer as an option for those who buy that allows EV, electric vehicles, to travel among the longest distances in the industry without a recharge. Right? If you're interested in battery technology, as well as market opportunity, then NIO right here seems to be a great play. In any event, it is for me. I'm back in it. Again, don't construe anything I'm saying here as investment advice. You need to make decisions for yourself with the help of professionals. I'm just telling you what's attracting me right now. And earlier, I talked about being out of NIO, selling my position. Well, I'm here with egg on my face. Let me wipe it off, admitting that I'm back in. Right? I think NIO has legs. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. I hope you leave your comments in the comment section of this video, and I do hope, whether he starts his own promotional company or not, that fighter Canelo, Saul Alvarez, considers throwing some money at Bitcoin right here, because some of the world's best investors, Stanley Druckenmiller, Raoul Paul Tudor Jones, already have. That's how I see it. I look forward to your comments. Thanks for stopping by.